Fox News alert. I don't know if you had a chance to see it. I hope you did. Around 7:40, we saw the big hearing last night in front of the Oversight Committee, chaired by Darrell Issa, where we got a chance to see the current IRS director stand in front of us and let us know why we should think it's no big deal that a woman who's under investigation and was found in contempt of Congress lost 2 years' worth of emails in the midst of an investigation. He wasn't alarmed. He held on to that secret for a couple of months, found out in April, in and around April, kind of in the beginning, kind of the end, doesn't remember how he did it. And if anyone has a question, they really have a political agenda. Sure. That's what I walked away with after seeing that hearing last night. More on it today.
To his credit, he didn't take the fifth, unlike Lois Lerner, who apparently has something so awful she can't say in public without incriminating herself. Keep in mind, the Congress was a little steamed at this fella. He was called a liar last week up on Capitol Hill. But keep in mind, he was before Congress back in March and said, I would provide all the email. He knew a couple of months earlier there was a problem with her email. Didn't have it all. Anyway, that prompted this exchange with the chairman, Darrell Issa.
You told us that all emails would be provided. When you discovered that all emails would not be provided, you did not come back and inform us. Is that correct?
All the emails we have will be provided. I did not say I would provide you emails that disappeared. If you have a magical way for me to do that, I'd be happy to know about it. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them were not available. I never said I would provide you emails we didn't have.
My time has expired, and I've lost my patience with you.
So not only can they not apparently find these emails that were deleted or off the server or the computer crashed, not only did they decide to say it late to those investigating here and taking a look at it through this hearing here, they just can't, this guy can't even remember. This is a commissioner of the IRS in charge of, I'm sure, having to remember a lot of detail, cannot remember when and who could have possibly told him that these emails disappeared.
This has been a major news story for the last 13 months, and you don't remember who came up to you and said, hey, boss, we lost Lois Lerner's emails. You don't even remember anything about that situation.
No, I remember being told in April.
But you don't remember who told you?
I do not recall who told me.
Something of that, something that's been a front page story for you would think that would be significant enough to remember how it happened, when they told you, what the actual date was.
Got to remember.
You might even remember where you were standing.
Remember, I'm running an agency with 90,000 people.
And this has been the biggest issue in front of your agency for the last year.
We're in the middle of filing season.
Okay, so here we go. Here we go.
Well,
they were busy.
The middle of filing season. Keep in mind, you know, it was about a year ago where Lois Lerner planted that question out in the audience and revealed that they had illegally targeted conservatives, members of the Tea Party and stuff like that. There has been the concern, and it looks kind of shady. It looks like, to many, that the White House may have coordinated with the IRS, you know, and a number of Democrats also, crack down on the Democrats. And that would explain why a lot of what the commissioner had to say sounded a lot like what the White House and Democrats were putting out. Here, once again, Trey Gowdy and the commissioner.
You have the evidence that there is no emails from the White House. You have all of the Treasury emails. So the basic premise that this was an argument and a conspiracy driven by the White House does not.
No, sir, you're wrong about that. You're wrong about that. That you're repeating a talking point from our colleagues on the other side that we're obsessed with the White House. It was Jay Carney who perpetuated the myth that it was 2 rogue agents in Ohio. It wasn't any of us. Was that accurate? Was that first initial line of defense that this is just 2 rogue agents in Ohio? Was that accurate, Commissioner?
Not that I know of.
All right, so that wasn't accurate, and that came from the White House. Who said there's not a smidgen of corruption? Who said that, Commissioner?
My understanding is that was the president.
All right, it was the president. So that's Jay Carney and the president both inserting themselves into the IRS scandal. And you want to blame us for bringing the White House into it?
I haven't blamed you at all.
You just did, Commissioner. You just did.
Former prosecutor Trey Gowdy there.
Jennifer O'Connor is going to be, she was a counsel for the IRS, now a White House counsel. Originally, the White House said, hey, we're not making her available, even though Darrell Issa said, I need to speak to her. But she's going to be available now.
Yeah, it's important because she helped supervise the collection of the documents that the IRS was providing to the congressional investigators.
Right. Now, she has to start answering.
She does, and the White House said, no, she's not coming. Then Darrell Issa subpoenaed her. Next thing you know, she's coming. Why does all this matter to you? And, you know, Democrats largely yesterday were apologetic to the commissioner. We're sorry you're getting dragged through this. It's those darn Republicans. Well, you know what? It's not the darn Republicans. It's the darn people of the United States who care. Take a look. How serious do you consider the IRS scandal? 71% of all Americans, not just Republicans, all Americans say it is serious. 22% say it is not serious. And then the president said there's not a smidgen of corruption. Do you believe that? 72% of you say no. You do not believe the president of the United States.
Well, the investigations are done, so it can't possibly be true. He has no idea if it's true, the president.
This would be a perfect time to have a special prosecutor or a special investigator. But last night, the commissioner said, you know, we don't need that now because we're investigating it ourselves. He's the same guy who's donated $100,000 to Democrats through the years. And keep in mind, the person at the Department of Justice, Barbara Bosserman, who's leading the investigation, she too gave thousands of dollars to Barack Obama.
$5,000 indeed did he give to Barack Obama in 2012. The president there. Heather